we are here at the 2019 Negro Sports Awards. And here we have Tyreedius Vanicus from Negro State University. And he is at the high dive. He's currently at 7,000 feet. And he is gonna attempt the triple nigger flip. Now, he is about to jump. Here we go. The jump has commenced now. Now he's in a free fall. He is literally falling through the air. It will take him 50 seconds to get to the water. He must dab 12 times on the way down. He must complete a full mixtape. He must go into jail and come out of jail while his body is falling. And let's see if he sticks the landing. Beautiful. Incredible. The boys.
You're listening to the Double D's podcast.
I'm Dom.
I'm D Respect.
You got a great set of tits.
I get so angry thinking about this kid.
Because that's what most people are bitching about.
Up to New York, you know what I mean? We like to eat out here. You
gotta stop looking at interacting with people online as a cheap date. My father used to drink.
Get the fuck away from me. I'm done.
I come a lot, by the way.
You're doing the rap stuff.
If you didn't say it, somebody in the comment section would have said it.
It's like how you feel when you're having a paranoid high.
That's a dynamic connection right there. You're listening to Double D's.
I'm Dom.
I'm D Respect. Folks, thank you for listening to another installment of the Double D's podcast. Again, we ask you to get this video up to 100 likes. You didn't do it last week, okay? You didn't do it last week, and Daddy's a little disappointed in you, but come on. Put in a little effort. Just like the video. Come on. It's not too much to ask for, is it, Rapper?
Not at all. You know what, guys? I'm gonna tell you. There's gonna be something special that happens once we get to 100 likes. All right, I'm gonna give you a taste. Okay. This is a taste of what's gonna happen. Do you respect? Doesn't even know what I'm about to do. Okay.
No clue.
All right. Hang on.
Are you gonna freestyle?
Yeah. All right. Not me. We have a guy to come in. He wants to freestyle, man. I think he said he was gonna drop some bars.
Cowboys are on here.
Yeah, man. You
Okay.
know it's me. You know I like sometimes to drink pee. You know that your girl is gonna be with me. I eat beans every day. Don't say that I'm gay. I ride on a horse. You look like a horse. I live in the desert and I eat dessert. Not baked beans. Why would you eat that for dessert? When I come through, I pull out my gun. You ain't gonna have fun when I'm shooting at you and your son. Your son gonna get got, and your mom gonna get got too. That's all I got.
Okay.
Dude, that was fire, dude.
When the fuck did Cowboy record that?
I don't know, man, but it was the
Exclusive Cowboy record. What's that song called?
It's called "I'll Shoot at Your Son."
I'll shoot at your son.
But in parentheses, but not kill him. That's
Okay.
Yeah, we might have another Cowboy freestyle at the end of this episode. So why don't you guys tune in and hit the like, man? You want to hear more characters freestyling? You want to hear Julio drop a freestyle? Then you got to come through.
But
No, dude.
Julio actually doesn't like rap. The
Julio-
only rap album that he owns is the Flat Existential Mind.
Julio's a flat
He's not here
existential
right
mind
now, by the
fan.
way.
Yeah, I think he's back in Guantanamo. Julio is a political prisoner.
And he voted for Trump.
He leaked some documents, and he thought it was going to help Trump get elected. Julio, I have the papers here.
Okay.
Julio was actually a stooge for the Russians. Okay, he helped Trump get elected. They basically just used his computer. That's all they meant. And they used him as a stooge, and Julio was complicit because he thought it would help him not get deported. After Trump got elected, not only did he deport him, but he sent him to Guantanamo. He's going to be serving a couple of years there.
You know, Julio news coming out of your mouth that's fake news. That's
No,
fake news.
dude.
If this were a press conference,
This isn't Breitbart, dog. This is CNN.
Julio would be shutting you down right now because your organization is terrible. You're fake
Dude,
news. You are fake news.
I got the truest Julio news, man. Okay. This shit is real, okay? Look, okay, let's do a rundown, all right? Of all our stupid characters, so Julio would vote for Trump because he doesn't want to get deported, right?
Julio would vote for Trump because he doesn't want to get the. He would vote against his own self-interest.
He would.
He definitely would.
He's the guy who doesn't. He's the guy who's like, I believe in the industry, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
he makes like $8 an hour at his job,
right? But he wants to think that he's like an entrepreneur and that the economy is gonna somehow. It's gonna help him, like small business owners, when he doesn't even own a business. Mm-hmm. He's the guy who it's all dreams with him.
Yeah,
and he wants to keep Mexicans out. What about Eddie? Eddie's clearly you know what?
Eddie's a capitalist. Eddie, he indulges. He's all about more. So, which is not to say that Hillary isn't a capitalist, but Trump is definitely big business. He's all about giving tax breaks to corporations. So that's a Trump vote.
I think Eddie would surprise us and vote Bernie. But in the comments below, let us know who Eddie voted for. What about, all right, who else? Muplutu, we haven't heard from him in a while, but definitely a Hillary voter.
A Hillary voter? Why would...
I don't know. You know why? Because he has some business dealings with Trump. He had a business deal that went bad. Trump owes him money.
Okay.
That's why he owes him some cash. What about Flat Ass Guy?
Flat Ass Guy's Well, he's a misogynist, right?
He is.
He's a misogynist. Yeah, he walks around. Listen, he walks around belittling his wife all day.
No, dude. Let's not talk about belittling, okay? You actually don't know. The beauty of Flat Ass Guy. You don't know how he feels about her ass. He just
addresses that it's flat.
Yes, dude.
He doesn't sound pleased.
He might, dude. He might be so horny when he's saying that, dude. That's what I'm saying. Flat Ass Guy is like so into this chick that he's like, you know, when he talks about her ass, he's like, he's in awe of it. He's scared of it. He worships it like a god that he fears. He lights candles to her.
Is a flat ass like a unicorn? Like it's something that excites him.
Dude, I have no idea. Her ass is so flat. It's like a magnet.
Okay,
like
you know what? At the risk of this going in the direction that I don't want it to go, I will end this segment right now because I know what your next question is.
I'm not going to bring him up. No, okay, I won't. Right. Cowboy.
Okay, Cowboy. Cowboy's going to. He's from San Antonio. So you see, if you guys would have gotten the skit cast, you would have listened to Anthony Fantano's review of Baked Beans, where Anthony gives you the background.
Cop the skit cast. If you're laughing right now, if you're having a blast, go buy the fucking album for us, okay? Please, thank you.
Yeah. So he's from San Antonio, so he's from those beginnings. I'd say he votes Trump just for that reason because there's a lot of MAGA people in his family, so he would feel the pressure.
Yeah, I think this Blogger Chan is like just 100% Hillary.
Oh yeah, she
might throw you for a loop though, because she's so annoying that you think she's a clincher. You think she's just a Hillary voter, right? It's like that's easy. She's a woman, right? She's our only woman that we have on the show, right? But she's so annoying.
Manuela.
Oh yeah, Manuela, but she's in Guantanamo too. She got deported. She was actually born in the U.S., but she got deported anyway in Trump's America. Nah, but Blogger Chan is a Trump voter, but she's the one who she thinks it makes her a special snowflake or whatever.
Okay, dude,
those people. I heard something like 13% of black voters voted for black males voted for Trump or something.
Well, I would assume the black males that voted for him, the appeal would probably be, I guess, the observation of, well, he's a businessman. Yeah, I mean he's a businessman, so I want I want to grow whatever it is that I'm doing. So I think that he would have a better sense of the economy, I guess, which I'm not knowledgeable about what the connection between money and the economic systems are. I think most people are fucking clueless to all that stuff, but we like to pretend like we know. So presidents don't even know. That's why they appoint fucking experts that actually do know.
They're supposed to. Did you see the Senate hearing for the education secretary?
No.
All right,
Is that Rudy Giuliani?
No, no.
No, he's a cyber defense guy.
Are you joking?
Yeah, he's head of cyber defense. They said he wanted to be Secretary of State, but he didn't get that. He's head of cyber defense. A 80 or 75-year-old man is how exactly, I don't understand the details of the job, but that would seem like it's something that somebody with a background.
That's just him patting his friends on the back, being like, "You get one." Ben Carson was about to come in his pants. By the way, for you guys listening, like 20 years from now, maybe after the world's been destroyed, Trump just got elected. He's the president now.
Okay.
No more president-elect. No more thinking that this is just a joke. This is it. He's in. Mm-hmm. That's it. So Betsy DeVos is the chick that they got for education secretary. There was so much shit that she doesn't know. Go check it out. The video is only going to be like 5 minutes where like a bunch of senators go through and ask her. They're like, do you know what a Pell Grant is? Have you had student loans? Have your kids ever had to have student loans? Have you ever managed the fucking $50 billion bank account, which is basically what you're going to be doing? And her answer is no to everything. She's like, I never had to take out student loans. My kids never had to. She's a rich lady. Her kids were rich. She doesn't have any understanding of what the fuck people have to go through. The shit people have to go through to go to school, man. Like, people are hurting financially. Like, it's one of the shittiest things about us. So it's like that, healthcare. I'm not gonna go too far off on that, but like, so shit's been going kind of crazy in the U.S. We had a bunch of women's marches yesterday. Starting with the Women's March on Washington, which I organized. I created it. Okay. Yes, I think there were like 1 million in DC. I'm not sure, but I was there, and you can watch the vlog on my channel. It's a very sexy vlog. D-Respect said it was the best vlog he ever saw in his life.
Dude, that photo bombing is just let me explain why I think that the photo bombing guy was great. It wasn't your traditional photo bomb in the sense of it's just a guy like flailing his arms around.
Right.
He had a purpose. That you could almost caption what he says. Like, to me, he's in the back.
Directions guy.
He's in the back like, okay, yeah, you already know. I see you. Okay, okay, out there. Yeah.
But he's looking at himself.
Yeah. He's loving it. He's skilled, man. He's an experience. I think somebody sent him. I think you're absolutely right.
I gotta figure this out. I'm really thinking about having him in more vlogs. Like, I just keeping it going without context. Like, why did you do this to me? Like, my family's been ruined by you. Why the fuck? Just like keep as long as it makes me laugh. Think about keeping it going. But
maybe he becomes the maybe he replaces the
valet.
Maybe he replaces the. That's a possibility, man. Something
actually
to think about.
I've been looking for a guy to take over. Nothing has made me laugh as much as Roadhouse. So it's gonna, dude. That's why I got when I first heard it made me laugh for like, I don't know, 20 minutes. Like, I just kept playing it. My roommate was like, dude, you like, what's wrong with you, man?
That's the first time you saw Roadhouse was a couple years ago?
No. I
rewatched it
Roadhouse
as an
like
adult.
3 times. Yeah, but I rewatched it the other day. Like, and it was I saw him and I was like, what is this? Do you ever you fixate on sounds, right?
Oh yeah.
I think that's a thing that's common with people like us is like it's like not just sounds, but like it's like the really minute differences in voice inflections and all that stuff. Like, I think I've been tuned into that like since I was a kid. Like, I remember I'll go back and listen to music from, I don't know, openings and endings of sitcoms and like little noises I remember here. Okay, here's an example for you. I'll play this for you right now. Do you remember? There's no way you remember this. It's called Deke. All right, Deke was a distributor of children's cartoons in the 90s.
Yeah, it had the tag at the end with the little kid. Deke. Yeah.
Yes, you remember Deke. So,
a little Freudian slip there.
you remember that big sweaty? Oh, I'm sorry. All right, I think this is the one. This is the one.
Yep. Yeah.
That is, dude. I will play this, just like I'm doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And hidden within this is like
You play that enough times.
It's insane because like and there's a video where you can see the different versions from like the 70s to now. So you see the evolution of Deke and whatever Deke thing you remembered in your head. But I like that sound.
I don't remember an image when it came to Deke. I just remember the child saying Deke.
See, I remember the kid. Like it's basically this hyper idealized type of reality where I remember the kid is in bed and he's in this really dark but comfortable looking bedroom, and it's like bathed in moonlight, and the camera goes through the window. I remember how it went through the window. I remember what his bedroom looked like, the stars and all that shit. And yeah, every time I watch this, it's like I remember being a kid and being like, I think stuff like this, it's special because if we're talking about consuming media, these sounds are, I think, linked to making things final, and this is how your stories are wrapped up.
This is the period.
Exactly, dude. They're like, we're done here. You're going to go on to the next one. But all those good feelings you had that were attached to, I don't know, whatever cartoon you were watching, we're going to stamp it with this. We're going to stamp. It's like, it's not just a trademark. It's kind of like branding your brain. Your brain is so malleable as a kid. I watched a lot of TV as a kid. So these, my roommate is coming in the other room. Yeah. But like, do you remember?
You know which one I remember? I remember it was a guy with a typewriter. It was a guy with a typewriter, and then
I got you.
Then he threw the paper in the air.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Don't remember the name of the company though.
Fuck, Fremantle. It wasn't Fremantle.
You know. Here's another one. This is Saturday morning cartoons. How about it was a dog. It was a claymation. It was a dog and a kid, and the dog was like by the fire hydrant, and the dog went like this. After these messages,
we'll be right back. Right. Yes.
And then
dude, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If you guys out there remember this shit, it's like
I don't know what. This is where I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna say very few of them. That's very, very. That's some old shit, man.
No. I don't mean the '90s stuff. I mean like specifically from their childhood
things. It's to me, it's a lot for us to ask them to remember what DuckTales was, much less the production sounds of the studios.
No, you know
this
what,
is
honestly,
extremely obscure.
Honestly, what I'm curious about is like if we're the crazy ones. I'm wondering how many people. I mean, because like there are plenty of commercial. There are plenty of these things online where you can see like compilations, but I don't think I don't know how popular they are. So I'm trying to figure out, you know what I mean, like how much people have been affected by this.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I'm gonna find this guy.
All right. Well, I guess I don't know how we went from that to Trump, but so the inauguration was just.
What'd you just say?
The inauguration.
You come to my show.
The inauguration. It's here, and I am ready to challenge you to a Trump battle right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that we are giving the power back to you, the people. You see, you can do an accurate Trump impersonation, but you'll never be able to do the people the way that Trump did. You see, I've got the inflections down, but you've got the
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he went the people. He quoted Bain. That's what the whole thing online was.
Fuck that, man.
But that's not really. If people know anything about speech writing, if they knew anything about that, that's such an overlapping blanket statement. We're giving the power back to you. I'm pretty sure you can find tons of speeches where people say we're giving it back to you, the people.
And then how was that? I saw a sign at the protest that was like, elect Bain for president. And then I was like, okay, so he accidentally quoted Bain. I mean, how is this even like a relevant thing to discuss?
You know, I think stuff like that happens when people just don't understand. They don't understand writing. Like, for example, the next 6 months when comedians get on stage and 3 comedians in New York City have a golden shower Trump joke. And they are going to say certain phrase. They're going to phrase things in a certain way that are going to overlap. There's just certain things that are going to overlap. And I think people really don't understand that. Something like "you, the people," that's something that can be commonly said by anybody who writes a speech. But the inauguration, from what I understand, had like record lows. Like a lot of people really didn't show up.
But after it, they tried to act like it was the greatest shit ever. Like people who weren't there, and like they try and beef it up. They're like, "Oh, it's 11 million." I think they tried to throw in like TV numbers. There's like they really did try and pump it up. I mean, if you go to Trump's Twitter right now, he's talking about how amazing it was. He's like, "Wow, you guys,
of course,
you guys really came out. You guys really came out and came to support me, which is what it's all about." Okay, I understand. A bunch of pussy havers, a bunch of breeders who are out there complaining, talking about some shit about periods. I have no idea what they're talking about. But I just want to say this on the Double D's podcast, okay? To all 3 of you listeners, I'm going to deport all of you, okay?
Including
all of you. Do your respect first. He's going to Guantanamo. All of you guys, you're all...
So you went to the Women's March. You were there. You participated in all your cuckness. You enjoyed it.
That's cuckness?
Kind of.
What did you do?
I was working, actually.
No, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I was working. Yeah, I was working earlier yesterday.
I participated. I was there, you know.
Yeah, participated. You cucked. Yeah, okay. What was it like?
It was loud as shit. It was crowded. It was very, very peaceful. I wouldn't say organized, but like, I mean, there was no elbow to be thrown. There was like, I mean, it's fucking like very considerate people protesting and yelling and all these Trump slogans. A lot of signs, a lot of different crazy signs. Most of them were very angry. Some of them were kind of unique, where they had some kind of slogan. And then what I was paying attention to, of course, was like the kinds of signs people had, like how often I would see a specific type of sign. Like I would often see like Harry Potter characters. There were many Princess Leia's. There were like I saw like Bernie Sanders as a Patronus from Harry Potter. A lot of Harry Potter mantras. And
the Patronist.
Patronus it's a spell. Fuck it. But my friend
Bernie Sanders taking shots at Patron.
No, Patronus is a spell. It's a spell that gets used in Harry Potter. Yeah.
I thought that you were implying that I, Bernie Sanders, indulge in spirits and wines and things of that I have not drank since the Great Depression, sir.
And a friend of mine brought to my attention, it's interesting that people were using symbols of fiction to talk about real shit. And my friend was like, he raised a really good point. He's like, all these Rebel Alliance things you see around, you know what the Rebel Alliance is, right?
Rebel Alliance, no.
Okay, so in Star Wars, it's like
okay.
Yeah, so it's that circle symbol to symbolize all the people who are fighting against the Empire.
Okay.
So that symbol was everywhere. Princess Leia, people had it tattooed on their face and shit, or painted on their face, whatever. But they were using that symbol and they were saying like, "You cannot oppress us," blah blah blah. Rebel Alliance logo, or what would Dumbledore do? That shit. And my friend was like,
"What if George Lucas voted for Trump?"
I want to get my movies back.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Does he support Trump? I'd like to know that.
He
probably doesn't.
He supports whoever will help him make more shitty movies. If Trump told him that he'd help him get episode 12 made or whatever the fuck, he'd be right all over that. And he really does sound like Mickey Mouse, by the way. But all these fictional symbols, some argue, kind of cheapen the experience, or like the reason they were there, because it's like you're going to a fictional universe to talk about Trump. You're talking about Darth Vader and Bane and shit, when it's like, yo, like we have real shit here. We have this thousands of years of history that you could pull from to get symbols, but you're choosing like
Pop culture symbols. Right?
Yeah, Star Wars shit. Not even pop culture.
I make
but
you
like,
take them
like,
less serious. I know you're amused. I mean, on one level you're amused. But does that muddy the
bit,
message?
Yeah. I don't know too, because like, although I was there, like I don't. It's like I don't do signs, I don't shout slogans and stuff because I feel weird about all that shit. But when I was there, I mean that's like the most I had to give. But I think I think it takes away from that a little bit because it's like it is recognizable, some of these symbols, but it's also like, man, I mean you could pull from so many things. You could pull from like Nelson Mandela shit. You could pull from, I mean, countless women who've done big things. Since this was a thing about women, it's like there were countless other symbols you could use. But I don't know. Besides that, it got really packed at some point. It got so dense that at some point we were standing around for like 2 hours listening to people speak. Muriel Bowser, the mayor of DC, was out there. Michael Moore came out and talked more than any other woman who was on stage, blabbing.
You mean to tell me Michael spoke more than anybody?
Yeah.
Ba-dum-bum.
And he's like, call your congressman, do this. And he had a list of things to do. He had he's like, number 7. And people were like, what? And it was interesting. Like Scarlett Johansson came out and she just like,
yeah, she had a very butch haircut.
Yeah.
That was intentional.
It's a lot of shit. Scarlett Johansson, though, what I love about actors is like how much they're not speakers. Like they're not politicians. They're not speakers. You know, when they try and attempt other shit, you're like, oh yeah, I see. You're really not good at it. You're hot and you're a really good actor, but like your job is not to be on the stage talking about shit. Musicians too, right? Musicians try and get up there and talk shit sometimes, and it's like, what did she say?
Dude,
did she throw a pussy up on the podium and said Madonna?
Well, she sang what is it? Put your love to no, express yourself. I'm sorry. Afterwards, after her speech, it was done horribly. Her voice is it's tough to listen to, but her speech was absurd, especially because she said, and I quote. And when she said this, the crowd reacted in this kind of like, we're not going there. we're not going there with you. She said, I know. I've thought about blowing up the White House too. I heard that. I was like, what? Blowing up the White House? Did you just say that? Did you just make a terroristic threat? You know, not a threat, but did you just imply something? Can you listen? When I heard that, immediately, because you'll see both sides sort of be hypocritical. And when I heard Madonna say that, I'm like, okay, but now I don't want to hear the MAGA supporter say that you are encouraging people to do that, because one of the strongest things against Trump in his campaign trail was him implying that people should take violent action and say, oh, I'm going to punch him in the face or punch him in the face, hit him, and get him out of here, all this stuff. And Trump supporters would always say, no, that's not him influencing people. So I understand Madonna's not running for president, but you can't, let's not be hypocritical here. I'm outside of all that shit, so I can say that what Madonna said was fucking disgusting. She said, and for all those who think that this movement isn't going to be effective, fuck you.
She said that?
Fuck you. Yeah, fuck you. Yeah.
Fuck
she said that. And the people behind her were kind of like, oh my God, isn't she edgy? It's like she's tapping
that's
into
a great retort, by the way. That's a great retort.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, all right. That's you said. All right, thanks, Madonna. Yeah,
I heard the Double D's podcast the other day, and there was this Haitian who didn't approve of what I said, and to him I say, "Fuck you, fuck you." dude.
Madonna at McDonald's, like madam, I know you ordered the McMuffin. We're actually out right now.
I ordered the McMuffin, and the fact that it is not in stock causes me to send a message to your management, and that message is fuck you. Fuck you.
Is there anything else you'd like to order?
Let me get an apple pie.
Sometimes the show.
She wants an apple pie. I think we all agree that apple pies make everything better.
By the time Alicia Keys and Janelle Monáe got up, we were all trying to leave, but they wouldn't. It was so dense, and it was a march, right? But we weren't marching; they were keeping us there. People were passing out. There were pregnant women who had to go fucking take a piss and leave, and they couldn't do it. There were kids that were claustrophobic and shit about people were having seizures and stuff, but they were so locked in. Ambulances were trying to get through. So part of that, I think they weren't expecting that as many people as they came out. And that part of the organization kind of annoyed me because I'm like, damn, you guys couldn't just make the speeches a little shorter and just because I mean, goddamn, yeah, the consensus was people were pretty angry. There was this old black lady near me. She was like, God damn, hurry up. I'm trying to go home. No, she was just mad as shit, which I understand. By the way, speaking of a black woman, I have been in a hole recently. I've been in a hole of trying to understand the intersectionality of feminism, POC, POC, WOC. God, I'm tired already. You understand the intersectionality, right? The idea of okay, this is an overwhelmingly white demonstration, dude. Okay. I was there. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you this. It's it was 80% white women, maybe 80-90%. Rest are like other types of women, but it's so many white women, and then it was some black chick sprinkled in there. And I saw literally 7 black men. One of the black men I saw was very special, and he followed me. And I will get down to the bottom of this. I will not let him take over my life. But yeah, I saw 7 black men. But that's something. That's what intersectionality is about. It's how many of it's what types of women are affected by this. And I guess the way it's been explained to me is first wave feminism was it's all about white chicks. They weren't even fucking thinking about black chicks then. It was back then with them doing their shit. And now, I mean, and you know a lot more I guess black feminist chicks than I do probably.
Oh yeah.
So this is the kind of stuff, and I'm trying to meet more of them so that I could have them tell me what's up, because I feel I'm in a little bit of an echo chamber or some shit where I don't really know. I'm not getting good answers, where I'm trying to figure out. Online, people are being really mad at basically white chicks a little bit. I see this anger at the march where they're where were you guys during the BLM marches and shit? It's do you know what I'm saying? It's what are you? It's this many people. What if this many people mobilize for black issues? You know what I mean? It's that kind of sentiment.
You know what? It's that's annoying, because that's a cry for help. I know what you mean. I don't know how to feel about this. It's a cry for help going against a cry for help. It's you can't hear anything. That's so counterproductive. What does that have to do with women's rights? Okay, so they weren't there for the BLM. Okay, so what? Look, I think that the women's protest is misdirected in the sense that it is so it's so passionate and so personal with everything, to the point where I'm watching this and I'm thinking, I was like, well, when was it ever really established that women's rights was something that was going to be infringed? Or I understand, what I understand, and maybe you could list me a few other things, the Planned Parenthood, for people to bring up abortion is so that's such a monumental. It's such a monumental moment in American history, Roe versus Wade. You know what I'm saying? It's how is that exactly just going to be overturned in a whim? All right, that's just, yeah, okay. The maternity leaves, I guess, too. That's there's something there, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff. Yeah, maternity, that was a big one. Equality of pay, obviously. Mostly, I think reproductive rights was a big
Reproductive
one.
right? Yeah, it's like come on, guys. It's like 20,000 Hispanic people decided to gather up here in Columbus Square, and you can't deport us. It's like, dude, no one ever said anyone who's a citizen. It's like, if you're a criminal and if you're an illegal, it's no one ever said that I was going to be deported or my
I
parent.
did. I'm trying my damnedest to get you deported, dude.
I'm sure you are.
I want you to do double
But
D's from Guantanamo.
it's so uninformed, and it's so misdirected, and it's so juvenile. It's to me, if there were 100,000 people outside of the White House when Barack got elected, before Barack even got to do anything, to me that would just seem ridiculous. It's like, yes, he said what he said on the campaign trail. Do you guys understand that this is it's salesmanship? That's all it is. He sold himself better than Hillary did. Now, really? But politicians say they go up against what they originally said they would do. You know, they go up against that. You know, President Bush was a pretty Bush 2 was a pretty level-headed person when it came to foreign policy and intervention. That changed, okay? I guess circumstances changed that, you know, but he wasn't a war president. He didn't present himself as a war president. You know what I'm saying? So, like, people are acting like politicians, when they say things in the campaign trail, they're going to follow through on it. Just see what unfolds. This is, I think too much energy is being spent out right now, and they'll just be so fucking tired in about a month that these things will just go away. I don't think these protests are going to continue, because essentially what you're doing is you're protesting a legal election. President Bush's win over Al Gore was something that should have been protested, because that was most likely illegal. You know, just days later, the Supreme Court saying, "Oh no, wait a minute, no, he wins."
So do you feel like it was too scattered? Do you feel like they didn't focus in on stuff? I think the issues were focused in on. Are you saying
no? I just think it's too. I think it's too emotional. It's too premature. It's too. It's knee jerk. It's knee jerk. It's like, let's just get out here because we're scared. You know, let's get out here because we're scared. It's like, dude, he won it fair and square. The popular vote. How many people voted from fucking California? California's a big fucking state. It's huge. It's huge. It's huge. Even Trump said it himself. Trump said, yeah.
He lost the popular vote, apparently.
Yeah, he said I lost the popular vote, but that wasn't the game. That was the game, was the electoral.
Yeah. That's so. I mean, that's. God damn it. That's.
You lost the game. You lost the fucking game. Listen,
it's like you're talking about playing checkers when you're playing soccer.
Exactly,
pretty much.
Dude. For years and years and years, college football has had a system that is so complicated, so fucking congested with stipulations and scenarios. It's so retarded. It's a bowl system that I don't even fully comprehend, but let's just put it like this. You could be a school that goes 14-0, but your difficulty of record hurts you because you faced a couple of schools that were in different divisions that don't get the amount of talent that I get, that I go up against. My record may have been 10-4. But I'm going to the national championship because my level of difficulty or other, the way in which I've defeated other teams. Like, let's say if your 14-0 record consisted of you beating people by 7 points, 2 points, 3 points. I blew people out by like 40 points. So I look better. So I'm going to play in the Tostitos Bowl, which this year is considered the national championship. Guess what? Next year, the Rose Bowl might be considered the national championship. It's so ridiculous. It's like people have been saying for years, why don't you just do a bracket system like college basketball? The Final Four. That's it. It's simple. You know? I think it's like 64 teams get in and they break down to the Final Four. But, you know, all that shit is just retarded. But I'm just saying it to say that why would you make the electoral college against the popular vote a thing when you knew the game wasn't about the popular vote to begin with? Barack Obama won both. We get it. But he didn't win because he got the popular vote. He won because he got, 270?
Oh, shit. I don't know all that stuff, man.
200? Come on. It's like 270 points, I believe. I'll look it up. I'm sorry.
Are we talking about electoral? I don't know, man. But so you're saying you don't like that? I mean, you thought it was fear-based? I mean, I think I don't know about fear. I think maybe there's a little fear about what's gonna happen. Yeah, sure, because like Planned Parenthood was out there in full force, and that was like a big thing about like not wanting that to get defunded. And as much as people were screaming, "I'm not afraid of Donald Trump."
Yeah, 270.
Have you seen "He Will Not Divide Us"? The thing from Shia LaBeouf, the latest from Shia, your boy.
No.
Okay, so all right, everyone, get out your douche hats. Get ready to throw up. No, he has
you can.
He has a new art installation that's going to be live streaming for the next 4 years.
What?
A camera that's put inside of a wall. And basically, anyone can stand up in front of there, and you're supposed to chant, "He will not divide us," over and over again. And I watched him do this for 5 minutes. I watched him stand in front of it. I don't know what it was, man. It just
was it like watching SpaghettiOs, girl?
Yes, but it just you know what? It's hypnotic. At some point, you're like when you say it's like when you say your name 40 times, it starts becoming this thing. You're like, what are words? Like why do I have a fucking name? What is this? So I don't know if that's the intention. That definitely wasn't the intention. I don't think they want you to do that, but that's what happened to me. I'm like, "He will not divide us." It almost sounds like a different language if you say it enough times. But anyway, I know that wasn't the intention. Jaden Smith came out and started doing that too. But the point I'm trying to make is like I think there is a fear, man. No one knows what's gonna happen. We have no idea what to expect. And I think that is part of why people mobilize. Mm-hmm. You know,
well,
we don't know.
I get it, but it's I'm not saying that people have the right to protest, but I just feel like the energy. People are fickle, okay? People are very fickle, and most of those people were there, and they don't even know why the fuck they're there. They have no clue what the fuck they're doing there. They're just there because they know what they don't want. That's what you got to remember, too. A lot of this election, and I'm pretty sure, I can confidently say this, and you're not going to tell me that I'm wrong. And most people aren't going to tell me that I'm wrong. That many of the conversations that you had with people were people who were very knowledgeable about what they didn't want. It's not about what they wanted. It's not about what they knew they wanted. It's about what they didn't want. And normally, when you're very clear on something that you don't want, you normally tend to get that which you don't want. And he is what they didn't want. This is the patriarchy taking its physical form, coming in the form of a fat suit, a capitalistic douche. This is their worst nightmare. So what he represents is what they are protesting. They aren't protesting Donald Trump. They're protesting the idea of Trump. But they don't know what the presidency is going to bring about. They don't know. I not that I think that it's going to be much in their favor, but it's like there's no art of war tactics here. It's just like we're just like children out in the play yard, and we didn't get them. You know, the chocolate milk wasn't put out, because that shit used to upset the shit out of me when I was in grade school. When the chocolate milk wasn't put in the trays, and all you saw was fucking white milk. It's like, fuck this. I want the chocolate milk. So. We're just upset, and we're out in the yard, and we're just crying. That's all we're doing. It's a cry for help, and it's more respected as the story unfolds and specific things happen, and then they start to attack those specific things, and then it becomes more clear.
You know what I'm seeing here? I'm seeing a lot of energy that I think is just gonna smash in the next 3 years. It's just gonna. I mean, I don't know if people are gonna hold on to this, but I think he has his work cut out for him, man. If you like all the people who didn't vote before, all the people who are upset now, this is what we do in the U.S. We swing back and forth, and I think it's gonna be like a battering ram. This shit, man. Because people get complacent. That's what happens. Like, you think this would have happened last year? You think any of the, people don't mobilize for happiness like this, man. Mm-hmm. You know, like, it's always some shit you're fighting against. You know?
No, I know that it's fear-based. I know that it's something that you're fighting against. I just, in the same way that people said, what ruined,
Julio.
No, what was the Wall Street? I'm sorry. What was the name of those protests? I'm drawing a blank.
Occupy.
What ruined Occupy was that there was no figurehead.
Yeah.
There was no figurehead, so the message was the Federal Reserve. It's like, wait a minute, that doesn't have anything to do with the banks. It's like that doesn't have anything to do with Wall Street. It's like, okay, so I remember that famous Peter Schiff video. Peter Schiff, who's an economist who predicted the crash in 2008. Peter Schiff was interviewing people on Occupy Wall Street, and he's like, "You guys shouldn't be here. You should be in front of the Federal Reserve. Like, it's you guys don't know why you're here." Of course, when they interview people like that, they always talk to the least knowledgeable person there. But
yeah, it always makes you. Yeah, that's why I don't talk to anyone who had a camera, because no way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why are you here? And they're so well prepared, and they make you look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
It's never quite even. And it's like, okay, yeah, well, if they're all idiots, and what the God.
Did you see the video of Bill Clinton checking out Melania Trump?
No, did he really do it?
It certainly looks like it, and Hillary caught him looking at her.
Whoa.
Yeah, it certainly looks like he was looking at her. By the way, I just want to say, fuck anything that you're going to hear in the next 4 years that are people that are going to try to convince you that Melania Trump is better than Michelle Obama, because I have one message for you. Fuck you. All right, fuck you.
Yeah.
No. Have you seen Michelle in tight dresses, for Christ's
I googled Melania
sake?
and Boy George came up.
That lady has a hump. She is.
What do you mean, a hump?
She's got a booty, man. She's got a fucking booty.
Melania?
No, not Melania's a fucking. She's stickly. You want to go back to children?
Are you saying she has a flat ass?
Yes, I am. But I'm saying Melania looks plastic. That's why I'm not attracted to her. She doesn't look like a. People want to say, "Oh, Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis." It's like no. All right.
Jackie O is hot, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know she was, but she's not Jackie O. She looks plastic, and her face is going to get even progressively more plastic.
I feel bad for her, man.
My friend told me that he saw a meme where somebody said it was a picture of Melania at the inauguration, and it said, "Damn, like all I wanted was a sugar daddy. Like that's all I wanted."
Oh, and
shit just got real.
Fuck. I gotta do this shit.
I gotta do all this shit. I gotta smile. I gotta get present. I gotta give presents to Michelle Obama. Hug her when she wants to shake hands. That was very awkward, by the way. Did you see that?
Michelle Obama went for a shake or what?
Barack and her waited for Melania and Trump to get out of the limo.
I saw something.
Right, and so Melania gives her a present, which is, Michelle kind of took it like, oh, okay, this is weird. I would think that. Well, you see, what's really weird is that I don't think there's anybody who sort of overlooks this, like with the four of them, and says, okay, this is what's gonna happen. I guess everybody has their team, and because it was awkward. It was awkward that she gave her a present and Michelle just kind of took it and she didn't give a shit. She was just like, all right, whatever. Look, I'm just trying to hug you. So it was awkward if you look at the footage.
It's okay. They're allowed to be fucking on. Obama though is never awkward.
Never.
How weird! I'm telling you, man. He's an alien. He's a reptilian. He has never been awkward in his. It's like, oh, what a weirdo. What a sexy man. Yeah, I'll put Michelle over anybody. But part of it is because of who she is. Two, it's just like I just want to be around her.
Mm-hmm.
She's just I don't know. She's special. You know what I mean? Like it's just for someone to be a first lady, and it's like honestly, when she speaks, there's something about it where I'm like. Maybe I'm just like projecting or something, but it reminds me of like you remember all like the black women you grew up with that like gave you a chance, like believed in you, like encouraged you, all that shit, like the motherly figures and all that stuff, like all those people. And she's like, she reminds me of all those people, and at the same time she makes my dick feel funny. So I don't know what to think anymore. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Like, do you think Obama fucks good?
Not answering this question.
You think Obama's smashing that regularly?
I just want to say, live here on the Double D's podcast, I just came walking in because now I got a lot of free time on my hands. So
Okay,
I'm
what's
here.
up? What's up,
Respects
B?
here. And Dom,
What up,
I
B?
just heard you ask a question right when I walked in. You want to know how my dick game works, huh?
Yeah, man.
Let me tell you something, son.
Don't show me. Tell me, dude.
My
Put
dick
that away.
game is to the super sane level, and you can understand that because you're a fucking loser. It's to
You
the
said super sane?
It's super sane to the point where I can change
You're
lives.
dumb, dude. I'm sorry, Mr. President. You're dumb. Continue.
You didn't. He just walked out. I'm sorry, dude. Did you? I just want to ask you. Did you see this fucking epic video between two kids who were arguing about cold sandwiches?
I don't want to know.
Oh my God, you have
Is
to.
it good?
I need you to watch this live and please play the audio.
Cold sandwiches?
Yes. Put two kids argue cold sandwiches. It's a fat kid, a skinny kid.
Are they fighting right now? Oh my.
Dude, you
fucking
listen.
God.
Listen to what they
All right,
say to
I
each
will.
other. Turn it up.
Two black boys.
Just listen.
Nigga, why you keep on saying it? You say that every fucking day. Fucking grade, nigga. And why you nigga, where your grades at? Where your grades at? You got straight fucking L's and D's, nigga.
Damn, he fried him.
No, you don't, nigga. You made straight D's in them.
He pushed his bike over.
That's my fucking bite no more, dude. What you say? What you say? You want to know me, son?
They don't want to fight each other.
Oh, sorry. So these two black kids are scuffling.
Just listen. Just
These are
keep
really-
listening. Keep listening.
The listeners don't know what the fuck I'm watching.
Hey,
right now,
just.
dude.
I don't what? You don't smoke. You don't smoke, nigga. You don't smoke. How many times your daddy whoop your ass and you cry? How many times your daddy whoop your ass? I don't cry, nigga.
They're getting to the sandwich. Listen.
This nigga trying to cook a motherfucking a fucking sandwich.
Oh
This
my
nigga
God.
sandwich. Why the fuck you ain't eating cold? The fuck wrong with you?
What? The fuck?
Fucking sandwich cold.
He exposed him, and now the kid just rides away.
Nigga, I cook all my life.
I could go my life.
I had to cook for this nigga. How many days when he spent the night at my house? Like 6. I had to cook this nigga spaghetti and shit because he was hungry.
I'm gonna put
That
that video
was
in the description
stupid.
below. That video is
That
hilarious.
was stupid as shit.
Dude.
He made a panini, dude.
What was that?
He made a panini. That's what he made. He made a grilled cheese. This kid is so dumb. He doesn't know what a grilled cheese is.
No, but it's the fact that the crescendo of everything is, dude, you burnt the sandwich. Why the fuck you didn't just eat it cold? And it's not like the other kid acknowledges, all right, this is stupid. The kid just sort of, he cleans his, he sniffles his nose, and he's just like, whatever, and he just rides away. He exposed the shit out of that kid.
That is dumb, dude. I don't share your enthusiasm.
Because you're watching it and you're probably, look, I'm pretty sure a lot of people watch that video. And like I said, I'll lay it in the description below. I'm pretty sure a lot of people watch that video and like, oh, these two kids, these ignorant kids. At their core, these are two good kids because they're arguing about good grades. Oh, when your father disciplines you, you cry.
Yeah, you're right. He has fathers in the picture. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
the fathers are in the picture. I cook for you, or it's
Yeah, this
weird.
is
It's
kid.
such a weird interaction. And then
You're right.
and then you didn't hear the point where the fat kid said, I'm a grown man. And then as the other kid was getting on his bike, he goes, but you don't smoke though. And as he said, but you don't smoke, he's not even looking at him. It's like so contemptuous that he's like, I'm gonna drop this bomb and I'm not even gonna look at you. But you don't smoke though. 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 But you don't smoke though Smoke